Hey, planty people, it is Shantae with Just How I Planted, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you have been here before. If you are new, please consider subscribing. You might know me on Facebook and Instagram as the owner and the creator of the Grow Girl Planters, but now I'm on this YouTube journey, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. So today we are going to just go over all the houseplants I'm struggling with. Instagram might look nice, YouTube, all the houseplant tours might look nice, but let's face it, we all struggle with houseplants sometimes. So I just want to go over all of the houseplants that are not doing too well in my care. So without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Alrighty, so first we are going to start off with this very big, very beautiful Chinese fan palm, which I got last year. And if you've been following me for a while, you might have remembered the video where I brought this thing home and it started dying within like a week. So I put it outside so it could die in peace, and it started thriving. And so now, of course, I have brought it in for winter, and I was expecting it to die, but it is putting out new growth, so that is a good start. However, it is giving me the mealybug blues, and that's why I have it over here in the corner, like right here by my entryway. It is very big, so this is not the ideal place for it to be, but it is the place in my house that has the least amount of plants, so it's over here in isolation. So I've just been, working with alcohol and just trying to treat it, trying to get it back on the up and up, and this has been maybe 2 weeks in the work. So every time I turn around, there are more mealybugs in here. Every time I turn around, so I might have to do like a daily treatment. I have taken it outside, hosed it down, gone over it with alcohol, put neem oil on it, and I don't know what to do. It also has these crispy edges, which I'm less worried about. It's more so the mealybugs, but yeah, so I'm currently struggling with this plant. Another plant not doing so well in my care is my Alocasia frydek, which it never is doing well in my care. I've had this for a year. It's not dead, but it's not doing well. It's not doing well. And this used to be like one of my top favorite plants. But then I had to think about if my house caught on fire, would I take it with me? And no, it's constantly a struggle. So I am going to clip off this dead leaf here and put it back in my IKEA greenhouse cabinet, which really does not seem to do much for it at all. This is just a difficult plant for me. I do have it in leca, where all my other alocasias I do have in a chunky potting mix. So maybe I do need to put this back in soil and see if it helps at all. But yeah, definitely could be doing much better. Over here, I have my Peperomia ruby cascade, and I don't know, when I first bought this plant home from the nursery, I had it just hanging outside in a tree, but since I have brought it back in, it drops leaves constantly. Every time I pick it up, there's leaves everywhere. I guess there's some new growth on there, but I don't know if it needs higher humidity or what, but this plant is it's a struggle for me, and all my other peperomias seem so easy care. I do try to treat this like a succulent and not water it as much, which, the soil looks really wet right now because I just watered it, but maybe I'm not watering it enough, so I don't know. Whew, very difficult plant for me. Let's take a look at this coffee plant. It used to thrive and do so well. I have it in this self-watering pot, and it was doing good until I decided to cover the soil with sand. Because it's in a self-watering pot, the soil was always so moist, and I had this in a self-watering pot because this is a very thirsty plant. It likes water every couple of days. So I put it in this self-watering pot, And because the soil was always wet, that really attracted fungus gnats. So I decided I was going to cover it with sand. And I think I also did something silly, like I put a neem oil and soap solution down in the bottom. And I don't know, I think it just grew mold and mildew. So I have since just repotted it with the leca and perlite mixture. And I really don't know what to do about it. I hope I hope it's not done for, but this is not really a plant that's high on my priority list, but it is still a living thing, so I do want to do my best to nurture it back to life. All right, here we are in my guest room. And most of the plants in my guest room tend to get neglected on a normal basis, but I've been trying to do my best to make my way back in here. So I come in here once a day and check on my plants. But this Begonia maculata is not doing too great. It is very crispy. I probably should have it right next to a humidifier. It does get rainwater. But when I first got this plant, it was doing extremely well. I just think, I don't know, it might be a humidity issue, but I put it outside for the summer hoping that that would help. But it only was outside for like 2 weeks before the season changed, and I brought it back in. So this is definitely a struggle. And then I have this calathea. Is this a calathea? I know it's a prayer plant. This is not doing too bad, actually. It has like a little yellowing on here, but I think overall this is doing pretty good. It has some crispy edges, but I do give this one rainwater as well. But this one, man, I do not know what's going on with this one. I have the red Maranta. This is a Maranta, right? Yeah, I have the red Maranta downstairs, and I don't treat it any differently. And I do not know what's going on with this Maranta. I think it's a Maranta. This green Maranta, I have the red one downstairs, and I don't treat it any differently. They're both in self-watering planters, so it gets all the water it wants, and it is rainwater. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this is also a humidity issue. Although the one I have, my red one, it doesn't get any extra humidity, and it is thriving. So I don't know. I keep cutting off these dead pieces every other day, and I come back and it's just not doing very well. So I am lost in the sauce about what's going on with this plant. Okay, up here, my watermelon peperomia, this has never been doing well. When I bought it, I got it from Walmart on clearance, and I transferred it into leca. And I don't know, it's not doing well. I don't know what else to do. So I've just deemed it as a difficult plant, and I don't do much to it. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions on how to take care of this plant. All right, here we are in my master bedroom, and this trio star is giving me a little bit of drama. I also water this one with rainwater, but once again, this is not in a very humid room. So I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, I might have to just try to bring all of my prayer plants and my calathea right up underneath the humidifier somewhere, or keep it in my bathroom and see if that helps. But I'm surprised I've kept this plant alive as long as I have. I got it in the summer. I paid about $10 for it, and it sat outside in my backyard all summer. So it's been inside for a couple weeks now, and that's probably what it is, the drop in humidity. Because yeah, I got some crisping and some yellowing going on. This alley is another plant that I'm having a hard time with. I know a lot of ficus, maybe it's a humidity issue, like every single plant. But this plant I also had on my front porch on the summer, and it was still always dry. Then again, maybe I wasn't watering it enough, but look, like, I don't know, it's still alive. I tried to put one of these like little self-watering bird spikes in there, but I just really have no idea what to do with it. I've had it for a couple months, and it's been doing this the whole time. So I'm at a loss. So please help, send help. So over here, we have the plant that I was most hesitant to buy. My most expensive plant, my philodendron, what are you? Pastazanum. And while it just put out this big, beautiful leaf here, I have not had it. It has not given me more than 3 leaves at a time. This leaf is currently dying. I just repotted it into this rectangular pot so that it could start to crawl, because this is a crawling plant, and I have it right here in front of my south-facing window, whereas before I had it in a north-facing window that wasn't getting as much light. So maybe it's just because I'm repotting it that this leaf is dying off, but I still have a lot of crispy pieces. And I know a lot of people treat their most expensive plants with the utmost, care, and have it living right underneath a humidifier. And I have not done that. I'm an easy care plant parent, and just philodendrons generally don't require anything extra. So I didn't give this one anything extra either, even though I paid extra for it. Like, I have this philodendron Rojo Congo sitting right here doing just fine, like growing out, putting out new growth without a problem. So I know all plants aren't the same, but they're still like cousins. I also have this philodendron, Macaulay, something like that, up there. And then I have this other philodendron here. What are you? Emerald green, I think. I don't know. I have that. So it's like, if I can take care of one, why can't I take care of the other? I'm really having a hard time with this plant, and it's making me sad. I just don't want it to die, because I did spend an arm and a leg on this plant. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know if you have any care tips for any of the plants that I'm struggling with. Are you also struggling with some of the same plants? Drop in the comments, what are you currently struggling with? What is dying in your care? What has died in your care? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, happy planting.